So maybe I see we have a lot of guests here, so I assume the probability is high that some of you guys don't know what arbitrage is, so let me start there. So imagine you have two cities, and in each city you can buy cows with gold. And in one city you can buy a cow for 50 gold, and in the other city you can buy it for 60. So, a smart guy can go to the one city, buy the cow low, go to the other city, and sell the cow high. At the end, he got some profit. And that's really the idea of arbitrage. You have markets, so a little bit more abstract now. You have markets, different markets that are separated from each other. And there's a price difference. So you can buy something cheap on one market, and you could sell it higher on the other market. And like in the distant past where people traded cows, now we trade tokens. So you have, for example, Uniswap DEX on Ethereum, and then you have PancakeSwap on Binance Chain, just for an example. Two markets, and they have some overlap in the tokens they trade. And arbitrage really is buy low, sell high as soon as possible. That's the idea of arbitrage. It is, let's call it a solved problem in the scope of a single blockchain. So when you have a single blockchain like Ethereum, and there are two DEXs, balancing them out, Uniswap against the other DEX, that's easy, that's fast, that happens in a single block. And that's also part of the reason why, the gas costs were so high, a couple of years ago.
Front runners.
This is, yeah, exactly. Now, front running is a little bit different. That's, extracting. Arbitrage is back running. A slight difference there. But really the idea is arbitrage is balancing out market inefficiencies. So if something's cheap somewhere and expensive somewhere else, you buy low, sell high. That's arbitrage. And as I said, arbitrage in a synchronous environment, that means on a blockchain, is easy. It becomes tricky once you do it between chains. That's why it's called interchain arbitrage. And that's a whole different kind of problem, because if you're just on one chain, you can do this buying low and selling high within the same transaction. So
calculations, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason, or the nice thing about this is when you can buy and sell in the same transaction, there is almost no risk involved, because either both work or both don't. So there's never the situation where you're left holding your cows midway because someone was faster than you. So that's a really nice thing, and it's more technical. So local arbitrage on a single chain or in a synchronous environment is risk minimal. There's really almost no risk besides someone else is faster and your transaction fails and you burn some fees. That's all the risk there is. Now, interchain arbitrage is trying to balance out markets and prices between chains. So for example, PancakeSwap and Uniswap. And here you could come into a situation where you buy low on Uniswap, send it over to Binance Smart Chain, and while you're sending this and bridging it over, someone else takes the opportunity and balances out the prices. And then you're left holding some coins from Uniswap. I hope I was able to explain this or break this down a little bit. Feel free to ask questions.
And then there's the IBC acknowledgement and these things. Sometimes IBC transactions, for example, they take quite some time, right? And that in that time frame, the prices can change. So that would be a little bit harder to calculate. Like if it's like on chain, let's say, like you said, let's say on Terra, then you literally can calculate inside the smart contract and say, okay, this trade, should I execute it or not? Like the smart contract can calculate, is this profitable? If it's not, I'm not going to do the trade. But with Interchain, that's getting, if you have some solutions there, let me know.
Definitely. And we have Tendermint Timmy up here. Sorry, I was multitasking. Do you have a question? You're on mute, by the way.
Hey, Timmy, ask your
Hey, Timmy.
questions.
Or you can send it as a comment
Interchain
also.
info. So maybe you have questions to him.
Okay, that's fine. We could keep going. Feel free to hop in at any time if your mic starts working.